Guys, time to start our live stream. Hello everyone, and it's time to start the live session. I'm happy to see all the members here watching this live stream. And I got a very positive feedback after our live session 2 weeks ago. Many traders shared very positive comments, very positive opinions about our last live session. So I was really thinking when to do the next one. And today we have a very important day, as you know. Today we have a lot of fundamental news. Today we have FOMC, we have CPI report, we have so many different news. And of course, everyone is waiting for the news. Everyone is waiting for the volatile movements, the impulsive movements. And with today's live stream, my goal is to help you to prepare for the news. I will do the streaming while the release of the CPI report. And we will also discuss how can we predict the outcome of the news with technical analysis, how technical analysis helps us to prepare for the news, and I will share with you a lot of interesting tips, setups, forecasts, and we will analyze a lot of charts. As always, traders, a very important element of our live streams is the live chat. In the live chat, feel free to join the discussion, feel free to ask questions, feel free to ask me anything if something is not clear in my analysis, so don't be shy and ask questions. And show me your presence in the live chat, say hello, say good day, good evening, good morning, depending on your time zone, and show me your presence. Hello Paul, hello Rocket, hello Kelvin, thanks for joining the live stream. Nice to see Lee Shehi here, Kokulan, Ernest, Alines Hat, nice to see you all. And thank you for being here. And I was really thinking what we should analyze first to warm up. And I guess the most important chart that we should check first is, of course, dollar index. So that will be the charts that we will check first. And by the way, those who watch this the live session with me the first time, my trading strategy is purely technical. It is based on the price action analysis, it is based on the key levels analysis, and it is based on multiple time frame analysis. And during today's live stream, I will show you a lot of examples of the application of my trading approach. So what we should identify here on dollar index, first we should analyze the daily time frame. I always say to my students that daily time frame is one of the most important time frames. On a daily time frame, we can identify the important historical key levels. Daily time frame helps us to quite accurately identify the current market trend, the current market sentiment, and on a daily time frame we are looking for the points, the zones, the areas from where we trade. So our task here in dollar index is to first analyze where the market is going. What is the current market trend? And I guess for you it is more than obvious that since the beginning of the year we are bullish. Yes, and since the beginning of the year we see very bullish price action. After quite an extended bearish wave right here, the price found the support, and from that level we initiated a bullish trend. By the way, I forgot to add the watermark. Let me add the watermark so you could always know what chart and what time frame I analyze. So we see that we are bullish. And recently a very important thing happened with dollar index. If we analyze the long-term price action, we can spot that here we got this very significant falling trend line. Right, that trend line here was very important, and we saw very impulsive bearish movements from that trend line. After the violation, that trend line turned into a vertical support And from there, we saw quite a strong bullish movement. And with this bullish movement, again, a very important thing happened. We updated the high. Here was our previous higher high. And with this bullish movement right here, we updated the high and we set a new higher high. For price action traders, that is a very important event that signifies the strength of the buyers and that increases the probabilities that a bullish trend will continue. After we updated the high, we saw a pullback, a correctional movement. And now if we zoom in the chart and analyze what is happening with the index at the moment, we can spot that we are currently approaching a very important zone. You can see that, first of all, we have our broken trend line. That is the support at the moment. Also, we have quite an important horizontal support here. You can see that in the past, it was the resistance. From that structure, we saw quite a strong bearish movement. And then you can see that the market violated that structure. And after the breakout, that structure turned into support, from where we see strong bullish movements. So the trend line right here and that horizontal structure will compose the expanding demand zone. The zone from where, with a very high probability, we're going to see a bullish movement. We're going to see a bullish trend continuation. That zone is very important because we already formed two very peculiar doji candles after the test of that zone. You can see that we got strong rejections right here, and the market closed where it opened, signifying the accumulation and indecision around that area. So because we have a very bullish outlook, of course, we can expect a bullish movement from that zone. However, a daily time frame analysis is not enough for us to make a prediction. Once we spotted a significant zone on a daily, a zone from where we anticipate a movement, our next step will be to wait for confirmation. Our next step will be to look for confirmation of our predictions. And we are looking for confirmations analyzing the lower time frames, analyzing the intraday time frames. And there we are looking for the sign of strength of the buyers. So if we open a 4-hour time frame, our task will be to analyze the price action again one more time and to understand what is really happening with the market from the intraday perspective. Analyzing a 4-hour time frame, we have a completely different picture. We have here a deep consolidation. You can see that for a quite substantial period of time, the index is trading within a very narrow range, right? You can see that we are stuck within that range at the moment. And most likely, the market is ranging because of the coming news. Yes, the market participants are waiting for the release of the news to decide where to push the index next. And for that reason, that range here is so important for us, because the boundaries of the range here clearly represent the points from where, for now, sellers are selling and from where buyers are buying. So that range will help you to spot a very perfect, a very accurate confirmation. What you will need here to confirm the strength of the buyers, you will need a breakout, a bullish violation of the resistance of the range. Once the market violates that, once the market closes above that, that will be a very important bullish signal for you. So once we violate the resistance of the range, then we will expect an impulsive bullish movement. And for us, it will be a bullish confirmation. At the same time, also remember that the news can be very bearish for dollar index and the market may easily drop. We never know. The thing is that with the news, it is always the complete random, right? And the market may easily drop lower. If we violate the support of the range, for us it won't be the signal, because then the price will be close to our trend line, major trend line that we spotted on a daily. So here we have the confirmation to confirm, to validate the bullish scenario, and we have the confirmation to invalidate our bullish forecast. So what I like about multiple time frame analysis is that it will quite accurately indicate you the strengths of the buyers, but it will also quite accurately indicate you the strengths of the sellers. As always, traders, if something is not clear in my analysis, please feel free to ask. I will be happy to help. Hello, John. Hello, David. Hello, Yusuf. Hello, Zaya. Hello, Zarina. Hello, John. Nice to see you all. So, as I say, traders, if during when I analyze different charts, when I apply different terms, when I show you different examples, you don't understand something, just ask and I will clarify. Moreover, I have already recorded and written so many different educational materials, so I will definitely find the materials to explain to you the things that you do not understand. So always feel free to ask. I guess the next chart that we will check will be euro dollar. I see a question from Yusuf about euro dollar, so let's check it together and discuss. If we open euro dollar chart and analyze this one on a daily, again, traders, with multiple time frame analysis, start with daily. Daily time frame will be the most of the time will be the first time frame that you should analyze. Yes, never neglect daily time frame analysis, even if you are a scalper. Still, daily time frame is very, very important. First, let's try to execute the trend analysis again on euro dollar, and let's try to get what is going on with the pair. In comparison to dollar index, I cannot really see that euro dollar is now in a trend. To me, it feels like the euro dollar pair is kind of contracting. Yes, it feels like we are kind of trading within the contracting range, right? And you can see that so far from since January, we are trading within a quite wide range. Yes, and so far the market keeps respecting the boundaries of the range. What we know when we analyze the ranging market is that the price tends to move up from the support of the range, and once the resistance of the range is reached, the price tends to move down all the way down to the support of the range. So once we see the consolidating market, we anticipate that the market will keep staying within that range for a substantial period of time. So the first thing that we can conclude here is that because the market is trading within the range, probabilities will be high that for now at least euro dollar will keep growing, and we can anticipate that after the test of the support of the range we can go higher. But then go very important details, right? Because if we analyze the recent price action here in euro dollar, we can that is the news, right? Yeah, man, let's now check how euro dollar will react to the news. So the thing is that if we analyze euro dollar on a daily, we can clearly see that the market found here a very strong resistance, right? We can spot a very important horizontal resistance right here that was very historically significant for the market participants. Yes, you can see that many times in a row that resistance here was important for the market. And you can see that when we reached that structure yesterday, even though we got the breakout attempt of that structure, we didn't manage to close above that. Yes, you can see that we formed a long wick right here, and we formed doji candle closing below that major horizontal resistance. Of course, that was a very important clue that indicated that that structure here still holds. Now let's check how the price was trading within after the test of that horizontal resistance. Let's analyze the price action on a 4-hour, and let's check if we have any important price action confirmation. And we have one. You can see that after the test of that horizontal resistance, here, first of all, we got a false breakout. From the smart money perspective, that was a perfect example of the inducement. Yes, because after the violation of that structure, we quickly formed a bearish imbalance. Yes, a bearish engulfing candle that completely engulfed that bullish candle. That movement right here clearly indicated that here smart money were trying to stop out the sellers, the retail traders who were selling from that resistance, right? So that was a very clear signal of the real intention of smart money here. Smart money attempted to grab the liquidity of the sellers. Probably they knew something. Probably they knew that the pair will turn bearish. And then after the formation of this bearish imbalance, you can see that we formed here a very classic bearish pattern. We formed right here the head and shoulders pattern formation, right? You can see that here we have one more bearish confirmation ahead of the release of the CPI data. And at the moment we are breaking its neckline, and of course for us it increases the probabilities that for now the pair will keep being bearish. So you can see that with the release of the news we have a very strong bearish imbalance. At the moment, for now, once the market is forming such a strong candle right here, do not open any trading position. If you miss shorting the pair, do not sell it now, because it is going to be very risky. You either open the trade ahead of the news or only after when the market already calms down. That is a very important rule to follow. Roman says, how is your crypto portfolio, bro? Man, that's that's nice. As you remember, last year, especially in summer, I told many times to invest in Toncoin, and that was the only altcoin that I was investing in heavily. And you can check how the prices of Toncoin changed since last summer. Traders, let me know if everything is clear in my analysis so far. Let me know if you have any questions. If we return to dollar index now, you can see that as we discussed, our zone, our key daily structure, our key daily demand zone was perfectly respected as we anticipated, and now we see a bullish violation of the resistance of the range that gives the extra confirmation. So for now we can expect more growth. Now, question about pound yen from Bernard. By the way, I shared very bullish forecast for pound yen in the morning. And that was a very nice long trade ahead of the release of the CPI data. So let's check what is happening with the pair now. Check the 1 hour. Check the hour. Kelvin, do you mean 1 hour on pound yen, or which pair do you mean? So if we analyze pound yen, traders, definitely the market is very bullish. We are trading in a strong bullish trend here. And if you follow my free Telegram channel, you should know that on pound yen, so far I have a very nice prediction streak. So far I already made 3 accurate predictions for pound yen pair in a row. And here so far pound yen perfectly respects the rules of technical analysis, and so far the pair perfectly respects the price action patterns and the key levels. So what we see on pound yen is that after some extended consolidation within that horizontal range, its resistance was broken. Right after this consolidation, we violated the resistance of the range, and then we got quite a deep retest of that. And there was our first bullish confirmation. Yes, when we were analyzing this one with my students, here was the first strong bullish confirmation. Here we formed a double bottom pattern, and the neckline of the pattern was broken. It was a very important sign of strength of the buyers here, and the pair turned bullish. After the formation of this double bottom, we formed one more double bottom right here, the bigger one. And again, we violated its neckline, and we went much, much higher. In the morning, early in the morning, I shared one more bullish prediction for pound yen. Here we got one more very important structure. Yes, and that structure here was broken. It was a strong resistance that was violated yesterday, and I was looking for some pullback trade from that structure, and I have spotted a very nice cup and handle formation here. You can see that we formed a very nice cup and handle here, and after the breakout of the neckline of the cup and handle, we saw a very nice bullish movement with the retest of a current high. So it was a very nice long trade from the price action and multiple time frame analysis perspective. What we see with the pair now, we see the retest of a broken structure, right? And now the question is how the market will keep reacting to the CPI report. Definitely we are still globally bullish. Definitely our bias, our directional bias here should be bullish. So I will still look for trend following opportunities on the pair. I will monitor the reaction of the price to that support. I will monitor the reaction of the price to that support and to that support. We have 3 very important key structure supports here. And from one of the supports, I will look for a confirmation to buy. So far, if you're looking for a confirmation to buy from our current structure, please consider the horizontal range that the pair is formed on a 4-hour time frame. You can see that here we have a very nice range, and the price for now set 2 equal highs, respecting the boundaries of that range. Your next bullish signal based on the current price action will be a bullish breakout of the resistance of the range. If we violate that, if we close above that on a 4-hour time frame, it will be your next bullish signal to buy pound yen pair, anticipating the trend following movement. So watch carefully that range, wait for a breakout of its resistance, let a 4-hour candle close above that, and then anticipate a bullish continuation. Let me introduce, by the way, did you manage to catch some nice trades after the release of the CPI? Let me know how are your results so far after the release of the news, and let me know what else to analyze for you. I see a question from Paul about Aussie New Zealand. Aussie New Zealand, by the way, Aussie New Zealand pair also was a very nice, gave a very nice bearish confirmation ahead of the release of the fundamentals. If we analyze Aussie New Zealand pair on a daily time frame, we can spot that recently we got a very strong bullish rally on the pair. We got a very strong bullish trend. We were rallying without the pullbacks. The market was very sharply bullish, and then the market reached a very important resistance. You can see that here we got a very important structure resistance that the market reached, and look how the price reacted to that resistance. If we analyze the price action on a 4-hour time frame, we got here a lot of very nice bullish confirmations. First, you can see that over here we had this very nice rising parallel channel. You can see that the price was steadily growing within the boundaries of that rising parallel channel. And then we got a violation of the support of the channel. That was the first very important warning sign. That was the first indication that buyers lose their strength. After that violation, the market started to trade in sideways. And you can see that we started to trade within that horizontal range here. You can see that after we spent within that range a couple of days, the market dropped and we violated the support of the range. That was a very important sign of strength of the sellers. That was a very important bearish confirmation. That was a very strong bearish price action signal. And after the breakout, you can see that the market retested the broken support of the range. We were rejected heavily from the broken support of the range, and then we dropped much lower. And you can see that now the price was nicely rejected from that key 4-hour structure support. What can we anticipate from the pair now? For now, everything depends on the reaction of the price to that support. For now, we see the willingness of the buyers to buy from that support, and we can anticipate a further bearish continuation on the pair after the violation of that support. If a 4-hour candle closes below that yellow structure, then we will anticipate a bearish movement to that horizontal structure support. By the way, because we are very strongly bullish here, remember that after some pullback, a bullish rally may continue, and a bullish breakout of that blue horizontal resistance will be a very important bullish confirmation, and that will increase the probabilities that the rally will continue at least to that horizontal structure, right? So if you are looking for a strong bullish signal on the pair, wait for a breakout of that structure. It will push the prices much higher. Now, gold traders, let me know if you are here and watching. Give me yes in a live chat, and I will check and analyze gold for you. By the way, those who are wondering if we have some other news today, do not forget that we also have the Bank of Canada interest rate decision coming later on today, and we also have the FOMC coming in 6 hours, if I remember correctly. So the market may keep being volatile today for the entire day. So be prepared that FOMC will make the market even more volatile. Now let's check gold and let's discuss what is going on with gold now. Finally we see some pullback. It is so so nice to see at least some minor pullback on gold. I guess you saw, traders, that this bullish rally on gold is It's crazy, man. It's crazy, and for many days, the market keeps growing without any pullback. Yes, we keep updating the all-time highs day after day, and you know, the thing is that I was constantly looking for the explanation, the fundamental explanation, what drives the gold prices so heavily. I was looking for the reason why gold is going higher and higher. And the only explanation that I got is that this bullish movement right here is the so-called front rally. It's like the market is expecting that Federal Reserve will start lowering the interest rates in June. The market expects that the interest rates will go lower, and it pushes the prices of gold so heavily to the upside. But the thing is, traders, that watching how crazy is this bullish movement and comparing this bullish movement to the bullish movement that we saw when COVID started, when the war in Ukraine started, feels like the market is rallying here because of some other reason. Because it is not like a front rally. It looks like a panic here. Yes, like the panic that we saw when the war in Ukraine started, or when COVID started, the lockdown started. Here, take a look, traders. Here was how gold was rallying in 2020 when the COVID lockdown started, when everyone was in panic because of the pandemic and stuff, because of the pandemic and stuff. You can see how crazy bullish rally we got. And that was completely clear why it is all happening. It was happening because of the panic, because the government started to print money to fight with the pandemic. And from the fundamental perspective, the entire rally was completely clear. But why is it growing so rapidly now? I have no idea, to be honest. And I was even asking the members to share their thoughts in one of my previous YouTube videos why this bullish rally is happening, and no one really knows. So if you know the real fundamental reason why gold is growing so rapidly, please share your views. Please let me know, what do you think, why all these things are happening? Because it feels like something is happening in the world, something strange is happening in the world, and big money are just buying and buying and buying gold ahead of something crazy, ahead of something terrible. So I don't really trust that it is the front rally. Anyway, the thing is that the rally continues, and so far, as I mentioned in my free Telegram channel, we have a very important horizontal resistance around 2400 level. It is a very round number there. It can be a very important psychological structure. So the probabilities will be high that structure will be reached. Yes, it feels like that psychological structure can be reached soon. Eclipse goes. yeah. Zimbabwe new gold driven zig. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, probably gold is pumping like crazy because I shared a bullish signal on TradingView for gold, and smart money started to buy like crazy. So that can be the first strong resistance from where we can see the real correction, from where we can see a real bearish movement. And here are some important supports to watch so far. I see quite an important daily support here. Yes, the support that was a local resistance, and that turned into very important support after the breakout. Then we also have a very important structure here, and we have a very important structure here. Keep all the structures on your price chart, because these structures can be applied for trend following trading. From these structures in the past, we already saw quite significant bullish movements. Yes, and probabilities will be high that from these structures in future we're gonna see bullish reactions. So because the trend is bullish, yes, from one of the structures we can try to look for a trend following trade once one of the structures is reached. So keep them on your chart. Many countries are heading towards gold-backed economy. Maybe Brexit is leading the way. That might be, but it doesn't really explain the panic buying. Yes, because the growth that we see right here, it's like not a normal steady growth. It is the crazy, terrible growth, the emotional one, the one that is backed by greed and fear, right? So some other things that are definitely happening here as well, but we just don't know what exactly is happening here. So keep these structures on your chart. These daily supports can be very important, and also this daily resistance can be very important. Now let's check how the market is acting on a 4-hour time frame. When I was preparing to a live stream, I already spotted some peculiar signs of strength of the sellers. So you can see that after we reached the high around 2365 level, we stopped growing and we formed here two equal highs. We have a double top pattern right here, a very classic double top formation, and that is our first bearish clue here. What we can also spot here is that we also got the trend line. Yes, we got a trend line right here from where we saw 3 consecutive bullish movements, and we saw the willingness of buyers to buy from that trend line. You can see that that trend line was broken as well, and we got a confirmed violation of that trend line. Then we also got one more trend line here, this one. Yes, and that trend line was violated as well. So we see multiple signs of strength of the sellers right here. So probably it indicates that finally the market is quite overbought, and finally the first correction is coming. One more thing that we should still pay close attention to, though, is that for our support. You can see that we have here quite an important intraday support that was a resistance in the past, and that turned into support after a breakout, and from where we saw quite strong bullish movements. For now, that support holds, and for now we still see the willingness of buyers to buy from that support, because even with the release of very bullish fundamentals for gold today, still that structure still holds. I do believe, traders, that a bearish violation of that support, a 4-hour candle close, believe that can be an important bearish signal. I do believe that the violation of that support, the 4-hour candle close below, can finally trigger some correctional movement to this structure that we spotted on a daily. However, by the way, important disclaimer here is that even though we all are anticipating a correction, even though we all believe that the market is quite overbought, it is highly recommendable to not sell the market. Even if you see a very perfect bearish confirmation, still shorting the market against such a strong bullish trend is very risky. The best thing that you can do here is to try to predict where and when the correction will most likely initiate. And after that, what you should do, you should just look for the zones, the areas from where it will be safe for you to buy, from where it will be safe for you to look for buying, from where the next bullish wave may initiate. So our plan for now will be the following. We will wait for the violation of that support. Yes, for our candle close below. Then, if we close below that, we will anticipate the first correction. And then we will look for the test of one of the supports. And from one of the supports, we will look for a bullish signal to buy. Yes, that will be our plan here on gold. And Sutar asked to analyze intraday. Let's also check the hourly time frame and check if we have some other important clues here. You know, man, to be honest, I think probably have we discussed this trend line? I guess we discussed this one. So yeah, man, you can see that for now we just can see how that support holds, even though we dropped much lower below that. You can see that still we are currently trading within its boundaries, and we see very strong buying volumes here that still hold this strong bearish candle here. By the way, traders, let me know what are your thoughts about gold. Do you believe that it will manage to reach 2400 level, or do you think that it is finally the final high here? Let me know what are your thoughts. By the way, one more clue that helps me to see that to predict that 2400 level will be so important is the harmonics, because if we take that bullish wave here, and if we copy and project it from the completion of the correction here, we can spot that we have a very perfect confluence right here with the completion of that harmonic movement and that psychological level. I guess the fact of the potential harmonic movement right here increases the probabilities that that resistance here will be respected. Kojo says it is finally high here. Look, so, but just in case if you think that it can be the last high, please analyze the past rallies on gold and analyze how gold may grow. Yes, for example, in 2008, it was around 700. And 3 years later, it was around 2000. So, you know, we can easily go much higher, even to 3000 levels. So always keep that, always take that into consideration. Now, what will be the next one? I guess Bitcoin. Joseph says to analyze Bitcoin. Paul asks to analyze Bitcoin. And let's check what is the current situation there. By the way, traders, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will be happy to help and clarify the things that are not clear. So halving is coming, yes, and when I checked I guess yesterday I checked the last estimations of the halving date. Many analysts say that it is going to be around 20th of April, so it's going to be very soon. So, and of course, many people say that because of the fact that we have halving, Bitcoin may grow easily to even 100,000 level. Well, everything can happen, and I always thought, and I still think that the fact that we have halving is kind of priced in Bitcoin prices. And I truly believe that Bitcoin is growing now not because of the halving, but because of some other reasons. And I guess, by the way, the interest rates front run can be one of the explanations why Bitcoin is growing. But what we see on Bitcoin from a current perspective is that we have a very significant resistance right here, a very significant resistance that still holds, and from where we see the strong bearish movements for now. So what we need to confirm the strong bullish continuation on Bitcoin, we will need the violation of that entire blue area to the upside. If we close below that on a daily, if we violate that entire resistance, then we can anticipate growth much, much higher. And we will have a very psychological level around 80,000 level. Yes, that can be easily the next goal for the buyers. But for now, that structure still holds. And for now, after the last test of that resistance, we see quite a strong bearish movement. We even formed here a bearish imbalance, and we completely engulfed that bullish candle right here. So it makes me think that for now, at least, we may see some correction right here. We may see some consolidation right here. So for now, let's just see how low it can correct before the next bullish movement initiates. Pay attention to this supports. Here is the first support, here is the second support, here is the third support. We have three very important supports here, and the market may easily drop to one of the supports. From one of the supports, again, we will look for trend following opportunities. Have you marked upcoming high of gold, says Sutar. So what I did, I applied the harmonics. Yes, what I did, I took that bullish wave. Yes, you can see that I took a bullish movement from that low. Yes, it is definitely the local important bottom. And from that low, I identified this bullish wave. Then you can see that the wave completed itself when the market reached that level. And from that level, we saw the retracement. Yes, the pullback. So what I did, I just took this bullish impulse, I copied that, and I projected that from the completion of the retracement. That helped me to identify that area. And what is the meaning of psychological level? Psychological level is a price level on a price chart that has the significance because of its its number. So it's like 1,000, it's like 2,000, it's like 500. It is a very round number that attracts the attention. Yes, so among so many levels that we see on the price chart here, yes, certain levels like 2,000, for example, or 1,000 will attract more attention than just the random price levels. For example, you can see that here we got very nice price fluctuations. We got 2,200 level. Yes, it is a very round number. And just because of the fact that it is the psychological number, we saw very nice price fluctuations around that structure. Same thing happened here. The first pullback that we saw on gold after such a strong bullish movement was around this level, 2,300. Yes, again, that was the psychological level. It was the round number. By the way, I also want to record a video about psychological levels, and I guess it will be released next month. By the way, on my website, VasilyChiri.com, you can read the article about the psychological levels. I guess it was released around 1 month ago. Yes, and if you want to learn more about psychological levels, check the articles on my website. Then, what is gonna be the next one? Let's check the indexes. Yes, let's analyze some indexes, and let me introduce what else to analyze for you. Let me know which pair, which instrument do you want me to check. So let's check Dow Jones. Let's check Dow Jones index and discuss what is the current situation here. If we analyze Dow Jones on a daily time frame, we can see that at least for now, the market finally found the high. Yes, when we reached that highs, we formed a double top formation, and finally we see the correction. First, we have violated that support. Yes, that was our first very important sign of strength of the sellers. Then after that, we violated that support, right? That was another important bearish signal for us. And now we are breaking one more support. We have a very significant demand zone that the market is testing at the moment. And I do believe that we're gonna break that support as well. So I think that if we manage to violate that structure, if we manage to close below that structure, we will anticipate a further bearish continuation on Dow Jones. So as many major indexes, definitely Dow Jones is very overheated. Definitely it is very overbought. We already saw that for quite a substantial period of time, the index was growing within this rising parallel channel. And I guess the violation of the support of that channel signifies that finally it's time for the correction. Finally, it's time for the market to start correcting after such a long bullish rally. And I want to remind you, by the way, traders, that this rally initiated in November last year. So the market was growing for a very substantial period of time before it reached the highs. So now I guess it is finally the moment for correction. And I guess a very similar thing is with US 100 index. If we analyze US 100 index, we can also see that the market here is slowing down. And first, what we got here, we got the channel. Let me remember from where I was drawing the channel. Yeah, we got this channel here. That was our first channel. We were growing rapidly within that channel. Then the price stopped respecting the boundaries of the channel. We violated that and we started to slow down even more. And we started to trade within the horizontal range. Yes, that is a very wide range where the index is already stuck for a very long period of time. Yes, you can see that we are trading within that range for a very long period of time, perfectly respecting its boundaries. We are preparing for the test of the support of that range soon. You can see that with today's bearish candle, probabilities will be high that support will be reached soon. Yes, so we are preparing for the test of that structure. And of course, a bearish violation of the support of that range will trigger a bearish movement to lower structure levels. A bearish violation of that support will be a very important sign of strength of the sellers. So if you're looking for some bearish signal, that is the best signal that you can spot here from the price action perspective. Also, by the way, remember that in comparison to US 30 index, US 100 index is still within that wide range, and still the support of the range here holds. It is a very important and significant support. So for those who are looking for trend following opportunities, your best strategy to follow right here is to wait for the test of that support, to wait for the test of that blue area, and to look for some confirmation to buy the index from here, anticipating a bullish movement. that can be a nice trend following scenario for you to follow as well. So as I said, what I like about top-down analysis is that we don't really care where the market is going. We have a plan to short and we have a plan to buy. Yes, and what we just need to follow the price action, look for the patterns, the clues, and then we can treat both bullish and the bearish scenario strictly following our plan. Now, about dollar CAD, question from Milo about dollar CAD pair. Let's analyze this one. With the dollar CAD pair, you can see that we already got a very important bullish movement right here. The movement that we got at the beginning of April with the formation of this crazy strong bullish candle right here. Why this movement here was so important? Because with that movement, we got a false violation of that major horizontal resistance. We got a very significant structure, a very important resistance right here that the market was respecting many times in the past. That was the structure from where we saw a lot of very important bearish movements. And last week, you can see that we already got the breakout attempt of that structure. Yes, we already got the attempt of the buyers to violate that. But then we returned below that structure. And today, with the CPI report, finally buyers have enough reasons to break that structure. And I do believe that now we're finally gonna break it and close above that. And the violation, the candle close above that daily resistance will open the potential for further growth. Yes, the violation of that resistance and a daily candle close above that can easily push the prices at least to that horizontal resistance. We have a very nice profit potential here. So let the daily candle close above, it will push the prices much higher. It will give you a very strong bullish confirmation, right? And I also promised Rohit to analyze pound CAD. Pound CAD, by the way, even though it is also the CAD pair, it looks different. It looks very different. And what is happening with pound CAD pair at the moment is that the market is testing a very significant resistance cluster. Yes, if dollar CAD pair already shows a very important sign of strength of the buyers, with pound CAD is completely different. With pound CAD, we see a test of a strong horizontal structure resistance that the market is approaching at the moment. So with pound CAD pair, analyzing the intraday price action, we can even spot a double top pattern formation here. We can spot that here the market is already forming a very bearish pattern. Yes, after the test of that resistance, we formed this double top, and it indicates a highly probable coming bearish reversal right here, or at least a correctional movement. So watch carefully for a bearish breakout of the neckline of the pattern right here. If a 4-hour candle closes below the neckline of this double top formation, it will be a very important bearish confirmation. It will confirm the strength of the sellers. It will confirm the strength of that blue resistance, and it will confirm the initiation of a bearish movement right here. And we will expect a bearish movement at least to that horizontal structure support. Can you look at gold again? It looks like it is going down. Yes, of course. So yeah, I really like how the smart money manipulate the market. They did everything, man, to make this 4-hour candle close perfectly, respecting that support. Yes, it is the clear example of a manipulation, and certainly we're gonna see a bearish movement lower now. But they did that simply because they didn't want you to short. They made that candle close here on that level to not let you short immediately. They wanted you to wait more while they are shorting. Yes, that is a crazy. That is the one more example how the big players are manipulating the market. So we stick to the same plan as we discussed. We need a 4-hour candle close below, yes, to confirm the violation of that structure. For now, we didn't manage to close below, so we need to wait 3 hours 44 minutes more before the next 4-hour candle closes. And once it closes, yes, we will anticipate a correctional movement. Then Paul says, thank you, man. I was able to spot the bearish clue in Aussie New Zealand on time. I set my sell limit above it, but it was not triggered because of where I placed it. Yes, I completely understand. And quite often we, no matter what strategy you trade, you will occasionally miss the entries. That is kind of the part of the game. And sometimes you will miss the entry because just one pep. You will miss the entries occasionally because of the spread. Yes, occasionally you will miss the entry because of the market manipulation. So it is unfortunately part of the game and we can do nothing about that. Just remember that when you are planning your entry, you should always remember that your entries should be realistic. Yes, and they should be placed based on recent supports and resistances. What causes US 30 and US 100 move in different directions sometimes? Because the indexes, even though they are correlated, they are still different. And if you check what constitutes the US 100 index and what constitutes the US 30 index, you will see that that will be the completely different companies. Yes, and because of that, occasionally the movements can be different. As I remember, US 100 index is a tech index, right? It is the index that is composed of the tech companies. Yes, and for that reason, sometimes it outperforms US 30, sometimes it outperforms US 500 index. So just read what companies are listed in the indexes. It will help you to get why occasionally the indexes are moving differently. Question from Ernest about dollar Swiss. Let's check dollar Swiss. I saw on dollar Swiss, yes, the trend following movement that I shared recently on my free Telegram channel. What we see on dollar Swiss pair is that definitely we are trading in a strong bullish trend. Yes, since the beginning of the year, the pair is very bullish and we keep growing. What recently happened with the pair, we have violated that horizontal structure resistance and closed above that. After we closed above that, the pair went higher, but we didn't manage to reach the next historical resistance, this one, and we dropped. We dropped to a strong daily structure support right here, and we started to consolidate around that support. And then when the market was testing that support, it was a very nice bullish confirmation here. Here the price formed a very nice cup and handle formation. Yes, the neckline of the cup and handle formation was broken. We got its retest and it triggered then a strong bullish rally. What we see now is that the market is approaching the next key horizontal resistance, and I guess from that resistance we may see a pullback. The structure that the market is approaching at the moment is very, 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 very significant. Just look, man, look how many times in the past that structure was respected by the market. It is a very strong structure. So from that structure, I guess it is reasonable to look for a pullback trade. So watch that carefully, monitor the intraday price action, and look for some pullback trade from that resistance. But first, let the market calm down after the release of the CPI, because after the release of the CPI, you can see how volatile the market is at the moment. Now it is definitely not a good moment to short. First, let's let the market calm down, wait for some bearish pattern here on intraday time frames, and only then short. Never open a trading position without a confirmation. And also remember, by the way, that because the trend is very strongly bullish, you can also consider the trend following scenario. If you are looking for the trend following trade, you can look for a bullish violation of that resistance. Yes, if the price violates that resistance, if we close above that on a daily, we can anticipate a bullish movement higher to that horizontal structure. That will be the next goal for the buyers. Yes, so if you want to buy, just wait for a breakout, and on a retest of a broken structure, you can look for buying. What I see to pull back must be done just watching now. Thank you. Yes, man. Wait for a pullback. So cheaters, still a lot of news coming. Yes, the Canadian news coming, and they will be released in 30 minutes. The interest rate decision, the monetary policy report can be very important for all CAD pairs. And of course, we have the FOMC coming today, so pay close attention. Yes, so I guess now it is the best moment for us to finish, because as I promised, I answered all your questions. I answered questions from all the members. We went through many different pairs, and I hope that during today's live stream, you learned something new. For now, for today, my plan will be to let the markets calm down after the release of the CPI, because now many levels are broken, many patterns are invalidated. So now I will wait till the market calms down, and I will wait for the FOMC, because as I said, FOMC may make the market even more volatile. Thank you for joining today's live stream. As always, if you want more education, do not forget to check my premium group. Check my website, VasilyCheaty.com. You can find all the premium materials there. Also, cheaters, do not forget to subscribe to my social networks. I have free Telegram channel, I have Instagram, I have Trading page, I have Twitter. All the links will be in the description below. Thank you so much. The recording of the live stream will be provided in a couple of minutes. Also, my clerk will provide the time codes for all the instruments that we analyze. So if you miss some part of the live stream, you can always check the recording. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed. Do not forget to share your feedbacks, and do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, traders.